Lesson 1. The Secret to Health Revealed.
What does it mean to be healthy? You may think that being healthy means that you are not sick, but being healthy is far more than that. If you feel okay or average or nothing much at all, you are not healthy. Being healthy is feeling the same way as little children feel. Little children are bursting with energy every day. Their bodies feel light and flexible, moving is effortless. They're light on their feet, their minds are clear, they're happy and free of worry and stress. They sleep deeply and peacefully every night, and they wake up feeling completely refreshed, as if with a brand new body. They feel passionate and excited about every new day. Look at little children, and you will see what being healthy really means. It is the way you used to feel, and it is the way you should still feel. You can feel this way most of the time because health is available to you unceasingly. There is never a second that anything is withheld from you. Whatever you want is yours, and that includes health. But you have to open the door to receive it. When you know the secret, you will understand that you can have anything you choose. True happiness, wonderful relationships, abundant wealth, and certainly great health. If you think about it, health is the most precious thing in life, and yet more than anything else, we can take our health for granted. For many of us, the only time we think of our health is when we lose it. Then the realization hits us. Without our health, we have nothing. But with the knowledge of the secret, you can enjoy the greatest health and vitality every day and for the rest of your life. You can also recover from any health crisis, heal any injury, or cure yourself of any disease. I know of miracles that have taken place in health where there seemed to be no hope. Failed kidneys regenerated, diseased hearts healed, eyesight restored, tumours disappeared, and bones have grown and rebuilt themselves. I've had people write to me describing how they cured themselves of diabetes, tuberculosis, multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, and various forms of cancer. I know of people who were in depression who catapulted into joyful and fulfilling lives. I know people who have suffered from anxiety and every kind of mental illness who have restored themselves to perfect mental health. And all of this happened because of knowing how to apply the secret. So, what is the secret? The secret is one of the most powerful laws in the universe, the law of attraction. The law of attraction responds to and materializes your dominant thoughts. Whatever you think about and focus on will appear in your life. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. The law of attraction is forming your entire life experience. And this all-powerful law is doing that through your thoughts. You are the one who calls the law of attraction into action, and you do it through your thoughts. How exactly does it work? It has long been known that matter, or physical objects, are really just packets of energy at a microscopic level. Well, cutting-edge science has confirmed that every thought is made up of energy too, and has its own unique frequency. And when the energy and frequency of a single thought radiates out into the universe, it affects those things in the material world that are of the same frequency. According to the law of attraction, like attracts like. That means your thoughts magnetically attract to themselves anything that is on a like or similar frequency. As a single thought radiates out, it is magnetically attracted to the energy and frequencies of similar thoughts, similar objects, and even similar people, and draws those things back to you. In other words, your thoughts attract the very things you are thinking about. And so through this most powerful law, Your thoughts become the things in your life. Your thoughts become things. Say this over to yourself and let it seep into your consciousness. Your thoughts become things. The law of attraction responds to your thoughts no matter what they may be. If you can think about what you want and make those your dominant thoughts, you will bring what you want into your life. This is particularly true when it comes to your health, as a single thought repeated over and over becomes entrenched as a belief in the subconscious mind. Remember, the health of the body is entirely governed by the subconscious mind. The repercussions of this from a health perspective are nothing short of phenomenal. As you think of yourself living in perfect health, you are powerfully and consciously determining your future health and well-being. Your thoughts are directing your subconscious to command perfect health through the law of attraction. It's that easy. So why isn't everybody living in perfect health? It's because the law of attraction is giving you what you are thinking about, period. The law of attraction is a law of nature. It is impersonal and therefore responds to all thoughts in the same way, whether positive or negative. The law of attraction doesn't favor health over disease. It simply gives you whatever it is you're thinking about. The law of attraction is permanently receiving your thoughts and reflecting them back to you as the people, circumstances, and events in your life experience. The primary reason why people do not have the health they want is because they are thinking more about what they don't want than what they do want. They think more about disease than they do about health and well-being. If a patient is focused on illness, then they are inadvertently bringing more illness to them through the law of attraction. On the other hand, if the patient focuses on health and removes all notion of illness from their thoughts and feelings, then through the law of attraction, they must produce health. I have two friends who both coincidentally contracted the skin condition shingles around the same time. They were each told that shingles is treatable with antibiotics, but that it can take anywhere from a week to 2 months to cure. They were also warned that it could be quite painful and debilitating. So we have two people, same age, same symptoms, same diagnosis. The difference was that one of them chose to think hopeful, grateful, and appreciative thoughts. Firstly, for the antibiotics, and secondly, for his own health and his body's ability to heal itself. He recovered from the shingles in just a few days, with no painful side effects. The second person had the opposite response. He had a lot of anxious and fearful thoughts, not just for the pain he fully expected, but for the days of work he would lose and how that would impact his business. He came to resent the disease. Sure enough, he was struck down for almost 8 weeks, and he continues to fear a relapse. If you are listening to people talking about their illness, you are also inviting illness to you. Instead, think thoughts of health, speak words of health, and be grateful for your health. So let's all of us give thanks for our health and well-being. Listen to your thoughts and listen to the words you are saying. The law is absolute and makes no mistakes. An epidemic worse than any plague that humankind has ever seen has been raging for centuries. It is the don't want epidemic. People keep this epidemic alive when they predominantly think, speak, act, and focus on what they don't want. When you focus your thoughts on something you want or on something you don't want, and you hold that focus, you are in that moment summoning that thing to you with the mightiest power in the universe. The law of attraction doesn't compute don't or not or no or any other words of negation. As you speak words of negation, the law of attraction is receiving the opposite message. So if you say, I don't want to catch the flu, the law of attraction receives, I want to catch the flu. When you say, I don't want a headache, the law of attraction hears, I want a headache. When you say, I don't want to fall and hurt myself, the law of attraction hears, I want to fall and hurt myself. When you say, I don't want to gain weight, the law of attraction hears, I want to gain weight. When you say, I don't want to make myself sick, the law of attraction hears, I want to make myself sick. You attract to you what you think about most, and that's why all of this don't want talk is really responsible for what has become a don't want epidemic. The majority of the population are inadvertently filling all aspects of their lives with what they don't want, and they can't understand why life is not improving. The current state of your body and your current level of health are really just a reflection of your past thoughts. It's easy to see what your dominant thoughts have been regarding your health because that is what you have experienced. This remains true regardless of whether these dominant thoughts are of things you want or whether they are part of the don't want epidemic. It also remains true for people dealing with chronic disease or long-term health conditions. Many people instinctively attempt to fight the disease in order to overcome it. But according to the law of attraction, the path to eradicating disease is not to fight it. The renowned Swiss psychologist Carl Jung said, "What you resist persists." When we're fighting something, we're resisting it. The reason that what you resist persists is because if you're resisting something, it means you passionately don't want it, which translates as want it to the law of attraction, and therefore you are inviting it to you. In fact, the more you don't want the disease you're experiencing, the more you increase it. As you resist the disease, you are adding more feelings, more energy, and more power to the disease, and you are bringing more of it at a furious rate. It can only get bigger because that is the law. At 30 years of age, one woman decided that she would attempt to cure herself of epilepsy, a neurological disease that had afflicted her since she was a child. She knew that epilepsy, in the form that she suffered, was considered by most neurologists to be incurable. Doctors in these cases tend to prescribe strong medication simply to numb the mind and sedate misfiring neurons to ward off the worst seizures. After decades of feeling that the disease and the medication owned her, she decided to try a different approach. If successful, it would allow her to regain focus, sharpness of mind, and be free of all neurological symptoms. She was determined to do everything she could to heal her brain and nervous system. She knew that her epileptic seizures were triggered by stress and anxiety, so the first thing she did was to simplify her life. She took the time to relax and to focus on feeling good. She did this through healthy living, love, and showing gratitude and patience, both to herself and others. She refused to entertain any negative thoughts about her nervous system or her brain. She also read up on neuroplasticity, a new science that reveals the brain's ability to change, rewire, and to heal itself. And so, with all the faith that she could muster, she believed that her neurons, her brain, and her entire nervous system could be remade. Remarkably, within days of beginning, she felt as though she had a whole new body. And 1 year later, she is free of all neurological symptoms. She no longer needs to take the mind-numbing medications, and she is sharper and more focused than she has been for her whole life. This woman chose to live according to the law of attraction. She did not own the prognosis of epilepsy in her mind, and nor did she attempt to fight the condition. Instead, she focused upon a healthy brain, and she owned a healthy brain as a result. Let's all be grateful for our healthy brains. You create your whole life, including the health of your body and mind, through your thoughts and the law of attraction. It doesn't just work if you know about it. It has always been working in your life and every other person's life throughout history. When you become aware of this great law, then you become aware of how incredibly powerful you are to be able to change your life and think a new life into existence. Whether you realize it or not, you are thinking most of the time. What you think about the most or focus on the most is what will appear in your life. Whatever you sow, you reap. Your thoughts are seeds, and the harvest you reap will depend on the seeds you plant. If you are complaining about your lack of health, the law of attraction will powerfully bring more situations of a lack of health for you to complain about. If you are listening to someone else complain about an illness and you are focusing on that, sympathizing with them, agreeing with them, in that moment, you are attracting illness to yourself. Whatever thoughts you focus on will materialize and come into your life. The law is simply reflecting and giving back to you exactly what you are focusing on with your thoughts. Focusing on perfect health is something we can all do within ourselves, despite what may be happening on the outside. With this powerful knowledge, you can completely change every circumstance to do with your health by changing the way you think. Your health is in your hands. No matter where you are now, no matter what has happened in your life, you can begin to consciously choose your thoughts, and you can change your life. There is no such thing as a hopeless situation, just as there is no such thing as an incurable disease. At some point in time, every so-called incurable disease has been cured. In my mind and in the world I create, incurable does not exist. There is plenty of room for you in this world, so come join me and all who are here. It is the world where miracles are everyday occurrences. It is a world overflowing with a total abundance of good health and well-being, where all good things exist now within you. Sounds like heaven, doesn't it? It is.